Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something a little different, but super important, the No Spend Week. The premise is simple: for 7 days, I'm cutting out all non-essential spending. No takeout, no impulse buys, no unnecessary coffees, nothing. I'll be documenting the whole thing, the struggles, the victories, and what I learn about my spending habits. So, why am I doing this? Honestly, I wanted a reality check. We all spend money, and it's easy to let it slip away without really noticing. I wanted to see where my money was actually going, and identify any areas where I could cut back. Plus, I was curious about how a week of intentional spending would impact my overall well-being. Would I feel deprived, or would I find a surprising sense of freedom? Day 1 started strong. I prepped all my meals, packed my lunch, and avoided any temptation to swing by my usual coffee shop. The biggest challenge? Boredom. I realized I often spend money out of habit or boredom, not necessarily need. That afternoon slump? Usually a coffee purchase. The evening? Maybe a quick online shopping trip. I substituted these habits with free alternatives: a walk outside, reading a book, or calling a friend. Surprisingly, it worked. Day 2 brought a craving for takeout. I was tired, and the idea of cooking felt like a chore. The temptation was strong, but I reminded myself of the goal. I pulled out a frozen meal and added some veggies. It wasn't the gourmet meal I craved, but it got the job done and saved me a good chunk of cash. By day 3, I was starting to notice some shifts in my mindset. I was more conscious of my spending and more creative with my free time. Instead of aimlessly browsing online, I found myself exploring new hobbies and reconnecting with things I enjoyed, like playing the guitar. Day 4 and 5 were relatively smooth sailing. I had adapted to the routine, and the initial cravings had subsided. I was beginning to appreciate the simple things in life, and the fact that I wasn't constantly reaching for my wallet. Day 6 was a tough one. A friend invited me out for dinner. I could have broken my no-spend rule and gone, but I didn't want to. I suggested a potluck at my place instead, and we all had a blast. It was a great reminder that socializing doesn't have to equal spending. Finally, day 7 arrived. I had made it through the entire week without spending any money on non-essentials. I felt a sense of accomplishment and a genuine shift in my perspective on money. I realized how much I was spending on things I didn't really need, and how easy it was to fall into mindless spending habits. So, what did I learn? First, I learned that I can definitely survive without all the extras. Second, I realized how much money I was wasting. Third, I discovered new ways to enjoy my time, and found that I felt less stressed and more content. And finally, I learned that making small, conscious choices can have a big impact on my finances and my well-being. I highly recommend trying a no-spend week yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is to become more aware of your spending habits and find ways to live a more intentional life. Let me know in the comments if you've ever tried a no-spend challenge and what you learned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.